Welcome to LR Live, and in today's episode we're going to be upgrading the infotainment system on the Discovery 3. The Discovery's getting on in years a little bit, and the infotainment system is very dated. So I've got a very basic system in my vehicle because it's a commercial. So I've got no navigation system up here at all. There's just a big gaping hole. And also someone's very kindly updated the stereo. But if you've got a traditional Discovery 3 layout or LR3 layout, you know, this is going to look familiar to you. So what I really wanted to do was try and really bring it up to date with some more functionality. So like you, most of my music is streamed via Spotify and Amazon Music and YouTube Music, and you know, it's just not something that's that integral to the Discovery system. So I'm lucky enough to have an upgraded stereo which has got Bluetooth, so I can link my phone to that, and that works pretty well. Now, because I've got a massive tow bar on the back of the Discovery 3, I was pretty keen to get myself a reversing camera. The reversing sensors don't work on my vehicle, pretty cheap to replace, to be fair, and that is something we'll be doing in a future episode, but I thought I'd go down the road of getting a reversing camera, and because I didn't have navigation, that kind of steered me towards the first option that I'm going to discuss with you today, and that is this Garmin unit that I bought. The size of it perfectly fits the aperture here, look, in the dash, so it looks really factory, apart from this wire obviously, and if I was going to have it permanently fitted into the vehicle, I'd have that hardwired in. But the unit sits there, it looks really nice, and also it's got the functionality of navigation, it's got the reversing camera, and also I can access Alexa on it now, which is an option on this particular Garmin model. It's pretty quick to boot up, and it's nice and bright. It's got a really nice touch screen. And you'll see here, look, I've actually got the reversing camera comes up straight away. The resolution is really good on the screen, and the way I've got it actually mounted is really high up on the vehicle because I wanted it to point down so that I could see my tow bar. Now, you can't quite see my tow bar because it's behind that writing, which is a bit annoying, but I know that where that writing is where my tow bar is, basically. As soon as you get in the vehicle, you turn it on, it automatically links with the camera, and that's great. As far as navigation goes, it's pretty quick. It uploads to the satellites. It's got live data. So I've linked it to my phone, which means I'm getting constant live updates on traffic. And you can just see here, we've got the red marks where the traffic is. And, you know, it's a nice little system. The major criticism I have on this particular unit is, other than when you switch the vehicle on, the camera is really slow to initiate. So you press this button here and you'll see, even if it'll load up, how slow it is. Now, if I'm trying to find a parking space, if I'm in a parking outside my house, for instance, or even in a multi-story car park, whatever, but I can press that early on and it's still not loaded up, look. Because this system's let me down so badly, I have decided to go for a different option. So I've gone on the internet, had a look, and what I really wanted to do was actually upgrade to AndroidAuto. Now, I've got an Android phone, I've had an Apple phone in the past, and I wanted to find a unit that would do Apple CarPlay or Android Auto because I use Google Maps more than anything. And also, I really like the way it updates you with messages. You can do hands-free, you can do Google search. I'm a big fan of Google, and I like the way it integrates into navigation and everything else. So what's on the market? Well, let's get this removed, which is a bit of a shame because it looks lovely, but it's useless. And that'll bring me to the unit I found. This is the 701 Pro. Now, there's a load of different models they do, but they're fairly inexpensive for what you get. It gives you Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, AirPlay, AutoLink, mirroring, you've got USB, Bluetooth on there. You can also connect it to reversing camera, although that is wired. It's got voice control. It supports an SD card. So really, this is fairly future-proof as long as it works. So let's get it out of the box and see how it looks. So rather than have your phone mounted on your dash, you go for one of these units. It's a bit bigger. It's obviously touchscreen, and it's got loads of functionality. So it's a little bit bigger than the Garmin unit. So it won't sit inside, but it is fairly close to sitting in there, and with a bit of clever mounting, I think that's going to look really good. So it comes with a standard cigar power socket. So we're already going to use the basic mounting system to actually mount the unit in our dash. But if we wanted to, we've got a whole host of other options here. You've got the sucker mount as well, so if you wanted to put it on your windscreen, you could. Also get this adapter for a RAM mount. So if you've got a RAM mount in your vehicle, you can actually use this to mount the unit on. So you've got loads of different options, and the one we're going to go for is basically the hard mount. I want the unit to stay in the vehicle. I don't really want to have to mount it every time I get in the vehicle. That just kind of defeats the object. If I get this mounted in the vehicle, I've also got these additional screw points, so I can actually screw the mount into the dash, which I'm probably going to do, and then I'm probably going to actually super glue this mount onto the head unit. That's how I'm going to have it mounted in the vehicle. I don't want it too far forward. I can adjust it slightly, look. I could have it like that, but I think that's too flat. So if I just go back one, and then I'll just tighten that up. Proper 3M adhesive pad, so this should do a proper job. Now I've actually cleaned the mounting point already, so make sure you give that a good clean before you stick it down. Peel that off. I like the fact that it comes with a genuine 3M, because so many of these aftermarket sort of fixings come with bogus 3M mounting. Now if we get that in the middle, now I can also remove it, which is nice. Oh my god, that's not going anywhere. We go straight into AndroidAuto there, look. And at the moment, I think it's going to be playing it through the speakers. There we go. So although we've got the AV out connected, it's not actually plugged in yet. And we'll have to tell the unit, I think, how it's going to work that. Another dimension, fear is non-existent. I just came to my senses. I stay in another dimension. Fear is non-existent. Now, if you've got a standard Discovery unit and it doesn't have auxiliary in, don't worry, because you can just use the FM transmitter from the actual head unit itself. So it works like sending a radio frequency out, which will be picked up by your radio, and that means you can get notifications on your Google Maps, you can get your music and everything. As you can see there, look, we've got access to all our music, and it's pretty quick to change tracks, which I find sometimes on some of the other things that I've used in the past is quite slow. You've got also your navigation here. Touchscreen is really responsive. It's as quick really as it would be on your phone. There's no delay at all. It's all there for you. You can come out. You see, we've got loads of options. If I had a big smartphone, I could probably mount it in the same position with a lot of kerfuffle, and I'd get the same access to all my features. But the way that it's all connected now, it's so simple. And the other thing is, if I want to, I can just literally take it off there, look. So again, with this mount, you've got really sticky adhesive on here, so you could actually mount that onto probably a rougher surface like your dash. But if you wanted to mount it in the vehicle itself, we can just, if we wanted to mount it in the center there, look. You can move it from vehicle to vehicle, so if you've got a couple of vehicles, if you're lucky enough. Now, I wanted to make this really specific, I guess, to the Discovery 3, this review, because I think this is something that a lot of you guys will want to do, is actually upgrade the system, but do it in a way where it's less intrusive. Now, if you actually have got the old navigation system in there, you can still use the other mount that came with it. So you've got this solid mount, you could actually mount that onto the screen of the existing navigation, or we could just take that navigation unit out. That's probably what I would do. If you're using the other mount, again, you don't have to mount it onto the windscreen. You also get this adhesive base plate, essentially, which you could actually hard mount onto a dash with some screws, just some self tappers on there, and then you could mount it directly onto the dash or any sort of hard surface. So they really have, and all this is included, so you get everything in the box, so you don't have to order any additional parts. Every single option for mounting the unit in your vehicle or in multiple vehicles is included. So guys, if you're interested in this unit or one of the other units that Carpuride offer, go to the website via the link below. Now, that's an exclusive link which will give you 15% off I don't benefit financially from this at all. I wanted you guys to have all the discount that they're offering. So 15% is a great saving on this unit, but maybe there's something else on there you like. They've got different units that might suit different vehicles better, or you might even just see one that you like more. But for the price and the functionality you get, I really think you're going to find it hard to replicate how good this unit is. You don't have to use Amazon Music, you can use Spotify. I'm not sure if I'm even signed up.
Used to have a silver tooth and I was just a pup, yeah. Now I got some killers who got shotties with some pumps. I don't wanna get the feelings I be trying to...
So that's genuinely a really honest review from myself. I wouldn't want to promote, as you know, anything that I didn't feel comfortable having in my own vehicle. I selected this unit myself and I wanted this in my vehicle. And once I'd ordered it, I contacted the company to say, would you like me to do a video, and in return, could you offer my viewers some discount? And they've agreed, so that's good on them. So do use the link below if you want to get that discount. And I just think if you're looking for this kind of unit, you want to update your sound system, your navigation, or just the infotainment system on your Discovery or your Land Rover, this Carpuride 701 Pro is a really good option.
Now I got some killers who got shotties with some pumps. I don't wanna get the feelings I be trying to see what's up. Got a shorty clean the business, I'm a diamond and to run it back.